All right, welcome back to the series. If you're new to the series, it's about me making a game in Unity using C# programming. Um, I had made a game for the Ludum Dare Ludum Dare competition a while ago, and I was just going to take that game and take maybe some of the ideas of it and just kind of expand on it. And I started if you go to episode one, it kind of goes over a little bit about that. But I started the program all over again. And it's really going to be turning out to be a village simulator game um, where I'm just going to keep programming and keep making it until I'm kind of satisfied with it. I do want to kind of make it a little bit more complex, a little bit more deeper than what I had done for the competition. And basically, it's a village simulator, kind of like I don't know what you want to call it, like a colony sim kind of game, a little bit of Rim World. The difference is this game is a side scroller. It's side scrolling. So if I play it real quick, everything's kind of it's still 2D, but it's side scrolling. We have been working on the new AI system, or I've been implementing the goal-oriented action plan to the system now, or the game. And off screen, I was trying to make a custom window. I didn't want to videotape me trying to create my own uh, window because I really didn't know too much about what I was doing. I knew a little bit about custom editors and custom windows, but I'm not really even considered proficient at it. And so um, basically, what I did was if I push play, and I'm going to pause it. So here's my AI agent. If I select him, probably need to organize this a little bit, and I go to my windows and I create this custom window called AI Agent Planner. If I click on him, it makes this node, um, and then the node, if it has more actions in this plan, it would automatically show like the next node and connect it. I started working on that. It took a while just to get this node to show and for it to connect to the next one. And I started thinking about, man, this is a lot of work just to kind of show this, which I could already probably do in the debugger anyways. Plus, if what I want, my thinking is, I kind of want to see what is the overall plans, all the plans that the agent can make, not just the one he chooses to do based on the cost. And so I was thinking about that, and I thought that would be good so that I can know all the different ones. But then uh, I started thinking like, well, how do I hook all those up? How do I display it and get the how it displays on here to where things aren't overlapping and gives it enough space for each of the nodes. Um, which sure it can be done, but it might be a lot longer than I want it to be. When really I could just in my debugger. Whoops, I should have. If I go to my debugger after that kind of repaints whatever it's doing. Um, if I go to my debugger, I already have a debugger where it just prints out a list of those things. Which this isn't. This is just kind of testing the. Let me delete that. That's all for um, the custom window I was making. So I might, instead of doing those nodes where it shows the connections, maybe what I'll do is just have a. Look at this. It wants to repaint it. I might close it since it's taking a while to do. Just instead of drawing all those nodes, having a label here that would list all those actions. So anyways, enough of that. We're going to get to getting the AI to do a little bit more actions than just gathering. All it can do right now is gather. We're going to get it to where it can also pick something up and take it to the storage house. So let's go to our AI actions. Again, if you're new to this series, I don't have like a kind of script that I'm basing it off of. I'm just as I think of to do something, I just start programming it. It means that I'm going to come across errors. I'm going to have to debug a lot of things. So I wouldn't really use this as a tutorial on how to do things, but you might enjoy just watching someone else go through the process. But also, maybe you'll learn something from it. Who knows? I do make a lot of mistakes. I don't necessarily find the best and most efficient way to do it. This is just me doing this. I don't, this is not my job. I'm not a programmer by trade. I'm actually in the educational field, which you'd think I might do tutorials, but that's not really what I want to do. I want to make a game. That's what I want to do. I just thought, since I want to make a game, why don't I just record and talk about as I make it? So anyways, enough of that. Let's go to gather resource. That was one action. We have another action called build any building action. Take from storage house, take resource from ground. So we already have some actions here. So let's go to the take resource action. Right now it does nothing. We have a perform action. I think, do I need to override another one? Public, override. Let's see. We got set target. So if we want to set the target, as a way to set the target of this action. Um, let's see, in our perform action, let's go to our old villager controller where we had, actually not even the village controller, we had some old actions and we had an action called takeout. Okay, that does nothing. We need to go to the map manager. Map manager, we're going to find the takeout action, if I can find it here. Takeout. Okay, right here, takeout action. And I kind of want to do the same thing that this is already doing. Sorry, not takeout action. We want to gather, pick up resource from the ground. Let's see. Eat action, work, get resource type, no. I think this will be much better when we don't have everything in one script. Take out resource, no. Build action, create villager, create, add to storage, pick up resource. Here we go. So we have one called pick up resource. Let's just copy this and go into take resource from ground. And let's just paste this in. So we're going to have two different actions. One action that takes it from the ground and one action that takes it from the storage house. And then they can, depending on where it wants to go next, if it wants to put in storage, it would do that, or if it needs to take that resource and put it to a building, something that needs to be built, we'll do that too. So let's see, we're getting the village controller, and it's going to be interactable.task, village controller. Okay, so all we're doing is setting the carry object of the character controller. And that's it. This character controller is a village controller. So in our AI agent, let's go to the top and let's make a public, used for carrying objects. And we'll say public game object is carry object. All right. So we'll do that, and then we'll go to our AI planner. Nope. I kind of want to close some of these things. Take from resource from ground. So do we already have a reference to our AI agent? AI agent, we do. So interactable task villager controllers. So this is interactable task village controller. Let's just get rid of that. interactable go. So we're going to have a target. So our AI agent dot carry object. And why do I have two? Okay, let me make sure I'm not. Maybe the character controller already has that. So let me delete it. Let me go back to our takeout resource. So AI agent dot carry object is equal to the target, which we don't have target, set target. Okay, so we need to say AI agent dot target object. Okay. And that is all. And then here we're going to make that invisible. So AI agent dot carry object is set to false. So let's get rid of all that. So this is use the target as the object to pick from ground. Again, I haven't really planned this out, so I'm just kind of taking what I had already done and see if I can get it to work in this new system. So we need to set a target. So we want to say something like oh, that should be pretty easy. We're going to say, hold on. Let me just think of how this was working with the other one. Gather resource action. This one is checking if there is a gather object, and then that's the condition. Do I have that for here? So I need a public override check condition. And right now we'll just do the base. Let me just see how I move this over here. So we check the base first, and then if we need some other things, we'll do that. All right, but we'll just leave it at that for now. And then here, gather resource, when it gets to the target, performs the action right here. Find a game object and set it to the target. All right, so we want to go through get game object type of gather object. Do I have a game type of resource? That's what we want. So something similar to this, I think. List of game objects type resource. And then, so we're going to just do a little debug. Whoops. Resource object is gather object 0 name. So we just take the first one. We're not worried about if it's close to it or not, kind of like the gather thing. We're just going to do that. All right. So now let's go back to our, let's do a condition here. If AI agent dot carry object is equal to null, then we want to return false. All right, so whether we meet the condition or not, it's going to be false, just in case. All right, now let's think about this. Let's go to our take resource. Actually, hold on. Let's go to our AI agent. We have a gather resource. There's no precondition, which there's going to be. We're going to get one there, but this is going to set a string, an effect of resource on ground, and we're going to say it's 1. So in our take resource, let's add the take resource from ground. This condition needs to be resource on ground. And the effect, this is going to be a condition, 1. Yep, have 1. And the effects are going to be, this is kind of interesting. The effect is going to be resource on ground will now be a -1. Okay. And then the cost is going to be, well, let's just set it to 1. The action name is going to be take resource on ground. We have not done anything with duration yet, so that's something else we need to get set up. All right, let's clear this. I don't know if this will work. We're going to see. We're kind of testing the system too to see, okay, is this as easy as I'm hoping it to be, to kind of switch over to this new system here. All right, we're doing that. Now, you might be wondering, well, that's all it's doing, right? That's all it's doing. It doesn't care. Let's change our goal. Let's go into our AI agent. And we gave it a goal of resource on ground is 1. But what if we change this to, what was our effects? So how do we do this? We really want the effect to be affecting the player. And I'm not sure how to do that. How do you, because resource on ground is one thing. Let's just do a quick test. Let's just say has resource, and we're gonna make this a +1. Okay. So in here, we're going to say the goal is going to be has resource. So we've changed that. And here we've added that there's a gather object 1, which means when we gather this, we're not resetting. Really, this needs to be, if I go back to my test agent, I change the effect of the take. This should have another effect called of course it's not using it, so it's not a big deal. But this would change the effect to gather object is a is a -1. So it would take that away. But it's not using that goal anyways. All right, let's pause it. Let's see what it did. It did create a plan. Let's see, created a plan, checking. We created a plan, but it did not return anything. Okay, let's see if we're getting our stuff right. In our gather object, it has an effect of gather object, or sorry, resource on ground is 1. The take, this gives a has resource and it adds a 1. That's the effect. Resource on ground. That's this is the condition. Gather objects. Has resource is the has resource. See, this is important to spell things correctly. Has resource. So that's our goal. Let's see if that fixes it. All right, let's just see what it's doing. Okay, create a plan. First, it checks this, which is null. All right. Then it's going to layer 1. All right, we're starting with layer 1. And we're going to check the gather resource. Checking conditions will gather resource. Checking action, gather resource. So did I get rid of some of these debugs? Checking it. Condition. It's checking the gather resource action. That's going through the checking conditions. It says gather resource condition is good. Gather resource condition is good. Why would it say it's good? Oh, because it's... Whoops. So the gather resource condition is good. It is checking it. Okay, that makes sense, right? Because there's no condition. So that is a possible action it can do. And it gets to layer 2. Take resource on ground. Checking it. Create plan. This does not make sense. This at all. This. Take resource on ground. It just did not yeah, so let's just go back to the take resource on ground. Let's just take away this right here. I know it's null, but let's just take that away. Let's just make sure everything else is working correctly. So when, oh, I hate that it erases it. Let me see if there's like an option. All right, clear on play, clear on this, and clear on that. Okay, I think that's something new that was added to it. Let me just play it and pause it. Let's take a look at our take resource. Take the resource on the ground, resource on ground. The condition is resource on ground is 1. After we gather, let's just make sure we're getting this right. The effect is resources on the ground. And this would be the effect here, the condition. Let's get rid of this for now, just to make sure this one's not messing up. Oh, I gotta redo that now. Let's say take away this element, take away this element. Let's just make sure that resource on ground, and this here. Resource on ground. Oh, okay. So that I really got to look at how we are doing that then, because it looked at an effect and that changed its goal. Let's just see what happens. Okay, let's pause it. This was his graph. Take resource on ground. This is actually does it the wrong way. This is the last action. This is the first action. So gather resource and then takes it off the ground. Let's go to our AI agent. And he is currently carrying a piece of wood. All right, not too bad. Let's save this. Let's now add it to where we want to add it to the storage. Now I do want to go back. I will go back with that little error there where it was maybe using the wrong thing. But let's just try to do it where we can add it to the storage now. All right. So take resource from storage. Nope, we want to create a new one called take resource to storage. All right, pretty good. Yeah, if I get this, I think working correctly, because I do think there's some issues with the world states and how it's managed, which one is actually looking at. If I can get that to do it correctly, then I think this will be a lot easier to work with. All right, so we want to change this to AI agent or action. We want to override that one. We want to override this one, and we want to override the perform action. All right, let's go to our old version of this. Let's go to our map manager. And we want to see the add resource from gather. No. Okay, let's see. Gather resource, get soulmate, pick up resource, add to storage right here. Oh boy. Okay, some of this we're not going to use because we're not going to have when we say add to storage, that's fine. It's not going to be add to blueprint. We're going to have that as a separate action. So there's going to be an action that says add resource to blueprint, add resource to storage. Let's just copy all this. And we're going to go to our take resource storage. We're going to paste it in here, and we're going to just kind of go through all this and see if we can figure this out. We're not going to do the blueprint thing. Not going to worry about that. We are, okay, add to storage. We get this, which we won't need anymore because we're not even using task anymore. Get rid of that. The storage object. So here this is going to be our target. So our storage object is going to be our AI agent dot target object. Dot get component storage object. All right, this is fun. I'm loving it. I am loving this because it seems like it'll be pretty neat. All right, the resource will be the character controller carry object. This is going to be the AI agent. Check if the resource is already in the storage. So this is all good. And then we do that. This is going to be saying to us, we'll probably change, but this is, we say map manager dot instance dot set that. Destroy the AI agent. Not the agent, but what he's carrying. And then we're going to set this to null. And then we perform the base. So that's that. Let's go to the set target. So how do we set the target? It's going to be very similar to. All right. Let's take a look at what our storage situation looks like. You know what we need to do? Sorry, I'm thinking ahead. Let's go back to our take resource from ground. When we take the resource from ground, we haven't tried this yet, so I think it's a good time to try it. After we perform the action and we're actually getting the thing, we're going to say AI agent dot beliefs add. We're going to add has resource, and we're going to add 1 to it. Okay. So then when the precondition for taking to the object is that agent alone. So there's no precondition as far as the world state is concerned, but there might be. We might. We'll see. But for now, it's just going to be that agent. If that agent is carrying an object, that would then be able to trigger it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's go to. Let's performing it. Now we got to figure out. Let's go to our prefabs of our storage objects. The storehouse. What does it have on here that we can get, that we can do? Right now, these are just acting as tags. They really don't do anything anymore, do they? They don't. They, I guess, have a string, but they're not. The action is no longer from the object. The action is from the agent. So this is really doing nothing. This is just like a tag to say, hey, you can interact with this here. And this is it does have a storage building. Okay, well, yeah. Let's do that. So we're going to do kind of the same thing we did for getting a target here. Man, this would be really good since I keep copying and pasting this target thing. If somehow, but it might be different. I don't know. Like we'll just leave this. There might be other things that will affect the target, but right now we're just kind of doing the same thing. This is going to be game object. Get game object of storage building. So we're going to say storage building. All right, so that's now the target. Okay. So going back to the AI agent, now eventually we need to work on the goals that these goals can dynamically change based upon world states and all those things. We're going to just change this from now that storage has resource. And we're going to say 1. Again, a lot of this is just testing it and figuring out how to kind of do this. So we are going to add another action, and we're going to call it what did I call that action? Storehouse, what was the name of that action? Okay, forget. Let's just look. Actions. take resource to storage. All right, so let's go to our agent here. Let's add this. I should have moved up here. All right, so the conditions for this. The condition would be has resource, and it must be 1. The effects are going to be storage has resource, and this will be 1. Yeah? No? Maybe so? Storage has resources 1. Let's just play, see what happens. All right, he's going. Let's just see if we can see what his plan is. This is why, if I had a window, so his resource, his graph right now says take resource on ground, gather resource. So it doesn't seem to be working correctly. We'll just kind of play it out and see what happens. Oh, okay. He has an object. He does have an object of wood. He's now going there. He dropped it off. We got a bunch of errors, but he did indeed add a wood, even though we have a bunch of errors. Okay, get component of T. What had called this? The agent resource. Okay, if, what is this? Check conditions. What is this for? Gather resource. If map instance get game object, gather object, type of gather object is greater than count 0. So this says missing reference. All right, but it's not too bad. We are missing reference. Keeps missing the reference. Hmm. Let's just take away this for now. Let me click on this and then bring it back. Oh no, I thought it would. Let's just go down. This is what happens. So it created a, oh, wait, right here. This is all for creating its thing. It's not creating a new goal after it does one action, does it? Let's look at the AI agent. Here, let me just unplay that. Let's go to AI agent. Let's just see what the, after it performs the job, see, it's just sending it to the idle. We don't want to do that. We want to say if because look, it's creating it again. So we want to do that if plan dot count is less than 0. Then we want to create this plan. So we don't want to just keep making the plan over and over again if we have something to do in our plan. Right. Let's save. Let's test that out. So now it's not doing anything. I'm not getting any errors, but it's just saying it's not doing anything. Nope. If count is less than 0. So why wouldn't count be less than 0? All right, let's debug plan.count. Let's just see what is the number of actions in our plan. It's 0. Okay, so let's go back here. Maybe I did this wrong. If count is less than 0. No, if count is less than 1. Okay. All right, now it's doing its thing. Okay, hold up. Okay, that's fine. What the heck is it? Okay. All right. Okay, so in this case, going back to our thing here, if I can see it, it's creating this graph, not in current state. Let's see if we checking has resources 1, not in current state. Remember, we were adding it to the belief, and we were not adding it to the when we. Okay, hold on. Let's just see. Let me go to the take resource from ground. Has resource is 1. So this is the effect. Has resource is 1. Well, let's just do something real quick. Let's go to take resource from ground. Let's just get rid of this for now. Because I think we need to rework how we do effects. Let me pause it. Let's just see here. All right, we're checking the gather resource. That was good. So we're going to do it. Now we're in layer 2. We're going to take a resource on the ground. That is good. Take resource on the ground condition is good. Resource, recurse with that. So now we're going to the next one. We are checking blank, which means I didn't type in the action or something. Yeah, okay, so maybe that's why we can't see it. Let's just do this. Let's go to take resource to storage. Let's just say it's a cost of 1. All right, let's play. Pause it. All right, layer, checking that. Recurse. We're now in layer 2. Checking the on ground. That's good. Now we're checking this. Checking. Check has resources 1. The take resources storage is good. Goal is take resources storage. All right. Then we're checking that. Not in current state. That's fine. Okay, so now we have it. Yeah, this is right. So we are taking the resource to the storage, taking it from the ground, and gathering the resource. Now let's keep watching. He did it, but then we don't take it to the... All right, oh, this is probably why. Let's go back to our AI agent. Else, we want to just do this. Okay. Let's see if that works. All right, so we got back working where it's sending it to there. We're still getting this error of missing the thing. All right, let's unpause it for a sec. Let's go to take resource to storage. We're going to add the effect of has resource is -1. Let's clear everything. Try again. All right, what's going on? It created a plan, but there was nothing, and then it gives us this error. Well, okay, that's fine. Just delete this for a sec. Let's see what it did here. All right, what I'm thinking is happening is the way that it determines these effects. My goal is to have this, but this is saying that there's two effects. So really, and let's just test this out. We're still trying to learn how to work with this AI system that I've created, if it even works correctly. Yeah, let's go to the goal. So maybe the problems with the goal. Not only do we want to gather an object, but we want the goal to have has a resource. I don't like the -1. Has resources -1. I gotta really think of how to do this. Um, but basically, what I'm thinking is this this effect has two things that happens. One is you. Where am I looking at? One effect is that the storehouse is going to get a resource. The other effect is that you no longer have a resource, and we need this to trigger, right? We want this to automatically do this. We don't want to do it when we drop off the storage. I mean, we could instead of doing this as an effect, but we just in case we wanted to know that hey, you have this done already. Let's just play it, see what happens. Right, we are not getting a plan. We're still getting this. Did I not save it? Okay, so we have to test that here. If plan, okay. If plan is not equal to null, then we want to put that there. All right. That at least gets rid of that bug, I believe. Let's just see. Okay, we don't have that bug anymore. He doesn't keep creating plans. Take resource from storage is not in the current state. Take resource on the ground is good. So we're going to recurse with that. Checking the take that. Checking that. The condition's good, but we don't think it's a goal. Has resources a -1. Have resources -1. Let's just say 0. Nope, still not working correctly. All right, well, maybe what we'll do is look at the time. Maybe I'll put a break in the video. We do have it sort of working. I always seem to end the videos like that. We have it sort of working, but I have a bug that I'm not sure of, and I could be spending like the next 30 minutes just trying to figure it out. And I'm not sure how much I want to kind of do that while talking. It might be a little bit easier if I don't talk and kind of work on it. Um, has resources 1, 0. So again, if I take this away, and let's just test this. All right, let's go to that action, take resource. Let's say after we do that, we're going to go to world state dot instance dot. Oh, come on. Maybe it's not instance. World states dot modify. All right, what are we doing? Modify state, and we're going to modify this state. It's called a has resource. Has resource. And we're going to do a -1. Yeah, let me go to my AI agent. Let's get rid of this as the goal. Wait, let's get rid of this. Okay. Missing reference to the game object. Checking action. So, storage building, house clone, resource object. All right, we set the target. We set the target for that. Now we're in a layer 1. Setting target. Why are we in this layer 1 thing? Create graph, layer 1. Created a plan. How many times did we create this plan? No, we created the plan once. And now we're setting the target for those actions when we're doing those actions. So that was the first one. Why do we have this though right here? Checking gather resource, checking conditions for gathering, checking that. Okay. All right. Let's go to let's go to take resource from ground. When we perform the action, we need to say that the map manager.instance.all game objects.remove, and we're going to remove the AI agent.target. We want to take that from our stuff. Oh man, we don't, do we? No, we want to do this actually when we put in storage. Let's go to take storage. Let me just make sure perform action, the resource. We're going to do that. Yeah, I think we need to do this. We need to remove it from. No, we want to remove the carry object because we've destroyed it. Carry object. Okay, we got rid of that error. He created a plan, but he couldn't get his goal. So there's something with the world state that is affecting him wanting to go get something. And what is that? Well, what it is in our AI agent, our goal has been met. Our goal is for the storehouse to be 1. Okay? It became 1. It's no longer. I think that's what is happening. That because it's set to 1, when it checks the conditions. All right, let's look at that real quick. I know I was going to kind of stop, but I guess that bug didn't take as long to kind of get rid of. AI planner. Let's go to AI actions. Well, this just checks if it has a condition. As long as it has a condition, doesn't matter how much of it. As long as it has it. If it doesn't have it, if it's less than it, it will be false. So this doesn't even care whether how many there are. I really need to have a text box. We're just going to call this. Let's see, what do we want to call this? Wait, why did it create a new canvas? Undo, undo, undo. Let's go to the canvas. Let's go to that. Let's just call it world state text. Let's go to our UI manager. Scripts. No. Yeah. Scripts managers. The UI manager. Show stats. We'll just go here. Public. Probably doesn't need to be private. Void show world states. What we want to do is for each key value pair of string comma int, we're going to call it key pair. Okay, fine. And this is going to be in the world states. World states. And we're going to say Let's do another public. It doesn't need to be public. Serialize this. Notice I haven't been adding as many comments. Show world states. And we'll call it world states text. What's going on here? World state text is plus equal to dot text is plus equal to the key value pair dot key plus space. Let's do a little equal symbol plus the key value pair dot value. We want to say world states dot text is equal to that. Okay, and we want to do a /n. And then in our update, we're going to say show character, show world states. Let's do that. Let's go to here. Let's hook that up. All right, let's see if that, okay. Has resources equals to 1. Resource on ground is 1. That should not be 1 anymore. Has resource is equal to a -1. So has resource is -1. Let me go to my AI agent. I don't know why it's not looking for. Okay, and I don't see. Hold on. Let's go to storage house is 1. Let's change the text size so this isn't as big. Gather object equals 1. Okay, yep, let's pause it. Resource on ground is equal to 1. So we're not reciting that, we're just saying it equals to 1, but it shouldn't. Has resource does not get set when we take it. Let's look at our test agent. When we take resource from ground, this is not becoming 1. Why not? Let's go to our AI agent. Let's go take resource from ground. No, we're not doing anything that would change that. Why does this not get added to our resource on ground got added, but then this doesn't get added? Doesn't make sense. Has resource on ground, or has resource should change. This should show that. Now it's showing has resources -1, but it doesn't ever show that the storage is 1. All right, well, I'm going to pause it there and try to maybe off screen a little bit, see if I can figure out what's going on. But again, thanks for watching. Maybe in our next episode, if we can get that kind of bug working, we can start getting the adding the blueprints again. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.